First story. My girlfriend wrongfully sabotaged her sister's wedding to get revenge for her bullying in childhood. My girlfriend has little contact with her parents and older sister. She has a difficult relationship with them. She felt bullied by her sister, Cora 31F, growing up. Her mother was frequently ill and depressed, and her father traveled for work for months at a time. They were kind of poor, so Cora has had multiple jobs since her teens and has been controlling and domineering with her siblings about chores and schoolwork. My girlfriend has a lot of resentment about her unpleasant childhood and has pushed back by sabotaging things for Cora in silly and petty ways. Cora got married to her boyfriend of 3 years about 6 months ago. My girlfriend flew over to attend, but did act bratty to mess with Cora. It was mostly minor stuff, like not confirming travel plans till the last minute, so Cora was forced to pay more for plane tickets. She changed her mind about her dress frequently, so she had to buy and return outfits multiple times. There were a few other things too, like messing with some organized plans and refusing to do things she committed to. I don't really like it or understand it, but she feels it's important for such payback to bring balance to her relationship with her sister. Where I feel she went too far is that the night before the wedding, she had a long talk with the groom about how difficult and short-tempered Cora can be. He has a child 6 years old from his previous marriage, and she knew they were planning on having more kids right after they got married. She told him that Cora hates little children and will bully them. The newlyweds ended up having a lot of fights over their honeymoon because the groom wanted to postpone having kids and change how much involvement Cora would have with her stepkid. Cora found out recently that the conflicts are because her sister had this talk with her husband, and she's been blowing up at my girlfriend. She feels upset at my girlfriend's interference because she wants to have kids soon, and my girlfriend feels justified because she's convinced Cora would be an awful mother. I told her that it wasn't right for her to meddle in her sister's marriage just to mess with her, but she feels that nothing she said is untrue, so she was morally right to do so. We have been having arguments about this, and my girlfriend is now mad at me. AITA. I've been asked this multiple times, so Cora is the oldest. Their parents separated after she was born, then got back together a few years later and had 3 more kids, one after another. My girlfriend is the second oldest. The youngest 2 are close to both my girlfriend and Cora and ignore the conflict between the two. Cora did different short-term jobs for extra money before she got her full-time job. She didn't do 2 or more jobs at the same time. Relevant comments. Catskill Kid. So by being forced to parent her siblings as a teen and being tough about homework and chores, GF feels justified in sabotaging her sister. It sounds more ungrateful than anything. Your GF needs serious anger management and general therapy. None of this is healthy or acceptable. OP. I haven't been able to present a full picture of my girlfriend's childhood in a few lines in this post, but it was awful. She grew up under the power of a sibling who was frequently angry and abrasive. She yelled at her siblings a lot and fought with their parents all the time. She did provide for them, but my girlfriend feels that she used money to excuse her shortcomings. My girlfriend says she's been through therapy before, and it has helped her a lot. I agree she's not dealing with her sister in the most healthy manner, and she may go out of contact with her altogether, and that might be better. She is not like this in her other relationships. Aggressive Mind 2085. She told him that Cora hates little children. Is this right or wrong? OP. I don't know Cora personally, so I can't say. My girlfriend claims this is based on her childhood experiences with her sister. Update. My girlfriend Ja, and I had a lot of arguments about her behavior. She got angry and broke up with me. I am still stuck with her for a bit because we share an apartment with 2 other roommates, and my lease ends in a few weeks. Ja and her siblings have been arguing a lot about this. And here's what I gathered from what I've been told and from overhearing the daily drama. Ja has been doing this since they were little kids. Whenever she feels Cora is being too bossy and demanding, she'll sabotage her by messing up things. Cora has no idea. She thinks Ja is clumsy or forgetful and just works harder to fix things. She doesn't realize that Ja does it on purpose. Their younger siblings know, but ignore it. Ja has talked about Cora behind her back a few times in the past, saying that she has anger problems and is mean. According to Ja, everyone knows she's short-tempered and yells a lot, but people like her because she helps them and is a fixer. I heard Cora tell her that she knows Ja talks about her like this and has accepted that, but I still didn't think that she'd do it at her wedding. What Cora is really shocked about, though, is that Ja called her a bad mother and that she hates kids. Cora sees herself as a good mother figure and did not see this coming from her sister. All the siblings rely on Cora as their parental figure instead of their actual parents. So Cora has helped her siblings with school, college, and just about every facet of learning adult things. Her siblings still call her first for help with anything. Even Ja does that. A couple months ago, she totaled her car, panicked, and called Cora first. Cora walked her through everything and helped her deal with insurance. Ja is still adamant that she did the right thing. When she talked to her boyfriend, he was surprised to hear that Cora was short-tempered or that she yelled. He hadn't seen that side of her. Ja thinks her telling him that means he won't be shocked when he sees the real her, and they'll be in a stronger marriage. Cora and her husband have since fixed their issues and are doing well together again. She feels like her actions have actually helped Cora, and so she has nothing to complain about. I think it's more likely that Bill witnessed these sibling arguments and realized how things are. Cora hosts Thanksgiving for the entire family and also organizes a family vacation every year. In her arguments, she angrily told Ja not to come to these events this year. She doesn't want her there. Ja complained to their mom, and Mom berated Cora for trying to break the family. Cora blew up and is not going to do Thanksgiving at all. That offended a lot of people, and everyone is giving her a hard time for overreacting. Ja is sure she'll get over it and host again. I'll be moving out soon and probably won't have any more insights into this family drama. Second story. A man with a gun has entered my kids' daycare twice already. I'm shivering. Without going into too many revealing details, a man has come to the church my kids go to daycare at twice yesterday and again today, saying he's being told by Jesus he needs to start a new resurrection through a blood bath. Oh, and of course he has guns. He needs them for his own protection, don't you know? They finally arrested him today after his third time trespassing and trying to get into the church. But they only charged him with 2 misdemeanors, and my friend, who is a cop, said that probably means unless they decide to hold him for a psych evaluation, he'll be back on the streets tomorrow. They're keeping the daycare doors locked. But that means nothing if this psycho can just shoot the glass. And my babies, my innocent little 3-year-olds, are in the very first classroom you encounter when you walk in. I know the teachers would lay down their lives to protect my kids. But God, it breaks my heart that they even have to risk that. And I can't even keep them home. My husband and I both can't afford to miss work. If I call off again, I'm in deep SHT, so I just have to send my babies off to daycare, not trusting that they'll come home to me. Anyway, I just needed to get this off my chest. I'm going to take my trazodone and cry myself to sleep. Updates added to the post. Edit. The guy is still in jail as of this morning, but I'm keeping an eye on it. A sincere thank you for all the replies and to everyone who was nice. But I'm going to go ahead and mute this now. People are making me feel like SHT for needing to go to work, but I'm in America. My health insurance is tied to my work, and my kids have medical needs. I can't afford to lose our main source of income and also lose their health insurance. It's literally not feasible. I'm also under a contract where if I quit or lose my job before the end of August, I have to pay back a sign-on bonus that I don't even have near enough to pay back. I used it to pay down medical debt. Again, America. I'm going to try to talk to my boss today and see if maybe they'll give me time off. But thank you to everyone for making me feel like SHT, because I have to go to work to keep a roof over our heads and make sure my kids have food and their medical needs are met. I get that a lot of you wouldn't do the same, but we aren't that privileged. Edit 2. The guy is still in jail. The daycare director said they will be notified if he's released, and cops will be on site if he is. She said they pressed as many charges as they could, so hopefully that helps keep him locked up. They're also doing construction on the church, so there are about 15 construction workers who were eyeballing everyone because they'd been told to be on the lookout for the guy, which honestly made me feel a little better, having some big buff guy standing outside the doors, cradling his hammer with a look in his eye that said he would absolutely use it was oddly comforting. They also made sure to tell people who asked that they have their concealed carry and have them in their cars. It's still not ideal. I get that. I'm going to talk to my boss this morning and let her know what's going on. My parents are on their way home and will go grab the kids if the guy is released. My husband is also on high alert and will be talking to his boss too. Anyway, I honestly only came here to vent at 11 p.m. and didn't expect this response. So I'm going to keep it muted for now because it's overwhelming and not doing anything positive for my mental state. Thanks y'all. Stay safe out there. Edit 3. He's still in jail and has a court date set for tomorrow. Who knows what happens next? But at least he's still locked up for now. My parents are home and will take them if he's released from jail, but they can't do that forever. They're getting up there in years and physically can't handle taking care of 2 toddlers for however long. My in-laws might also be able to take time off work, but it's a busy season for both of them, so it might not be possible. I'm not going to dump my financial woes on Reddit, but the TLDR is this. If I quit, I'm forced to pay back a $10,000 sign-on bonus, which was actually $6,000 after taxes, all of which went to paying off other medical debt. And yes, I would have to pay back the full $10. If my husband quits, he needs to pay back the $5,000 in tuition that his job paid for and would have to drop out of school. We do not have $15,000 to pay back. And no, it wouldn't be something we could pay back in payment plans. We know from people who quit in the past that they want their money, and they want it ASAP. My son also needs surgery soon, and we've hit my deductible. If we lose my insurance or have to switch to my husband's, we'll have to pay for the surgery, and we can't afford that. As much as it would be great to just quit, that isn't possible. Please stop suggesting it. Please stop telling me I'm a bad mom for not taking off work. Please. I'm already stressed out enough and feeling like SHT. I don't need to hear it from everyone else. Edit 4. Last update, and then I'm logging out for the night. He got a felony charge added on. I have no idea if that means he's going to be locked up longer, but my former cop coworker says it's likely. It feels weird to celebrate it, but I'm going to go home and cuddle my kids, and once they're in bed, drink some wine. Relevant comments. More on the trespasser. It was only his first arrest for this. It took him trespassing 3 times before they arrested him. But he has arrests dating back to 1997 for all kinds of fun stuff like disorderly conduct, domestic violence, trespassing, destruction of property, and most recently, a ticket for jaywalking. More on why OP is unable to call off work and keep her kids home or change daycares. Our family is close, but my husband's parents both work, and my parents are currently out of town, 1.5 hours away. It takes me a minimum of 15 minutes to get from my job to where the daycare is, and that's assuming there's no traffic. It's more like 30 minutes because I'm driving from downtown to the suburbs. My husband is about 10 minutes away from his job, so I guess that helps, but it's truly sitting so heavily in my heart that my babies could be in danger, and it would take me so long to get to them. I'm going to talk to my manager tomorrow. I could try to use PTO, but I have so little because having 2 toddlers means a lot of sick days. I need to save at least 36 hours of it to be paid for when my son gets surgery next month. We literally cannot afford for either of us to go unpaid. It's effing miserable. To be honest, this is truly the best daycare in the area. Safest is not as expensive as others and is well staffed. I love it there, and so do my kids. But it's probably a moot point because I got on waiting lists at 3 months pregnant, and it took a year to get a spot on any of them. Insight into the OP's mental state. I always tell them, you're safe with mommy and daddy. But what if we aren't there and something happens, and they're so scared and wondering where we are? I hope that too. And I'm trying very hard to give him grace because I know he's sick. But at the same time, I want him locked up forever. And I hate the system that just lets people like this get access to deadly weapons, and doesn't seem to be taking his threats seriously. Update. Well, we finally got a resolution to this, so I thought I'd update. He pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 270 days in jail. So with time served, he'll be out in about 4 months. He'll then be on probation for 5 years. Conditions include getting behavioral health treatment, no firearms, drug testing. He was high on something when he was arrested. I don't know what, and not going near the daycare. Any violations, and he gets 18 months. In other news, my contract was finally up at my old job, and I got a new job just 2 minutes away from the daycare. It's less money, and not something I particularly enjoy. But being closer to the daycare has done a lot for my anxiety levels. Daycare increased their security measures, and when he's released, he will be on high alert just in case he tries to come back, given that he has been arrested several times before for violating restraining orders. Who can say if he'll have learned his lesson or not? I sincerely hope he gets the help he needs, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't hoping he would get the maximum 2-year sentence. I know I'm going to go back to being stressed and anxious when I know he's released, but I guess he'll either figure his SHT out or be locked up again. Hopefully, whatever choice he makes doesn't involve hurting other people. Thanks to everyone who messaged me and offered support. I'm going to go snuggle my kids and watch Christmas movies. Thank you for watching the video.